Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on CTV News at 5. Police tried to fence in pre-St. Patrick's Day street parties in Waterloo's University District over the weekend, but students still found ways around the closures.
Get drunk, party on the streets, go to house parties and stuff.
I'm trying to indulge right now, you know what I'm saying? So
Happy St. Patty's! Crowds eventually swelled along Marshall Street because Ezra Avenue, which has been notorious for the parties, was fenced off. But it left some nearby residents frustrated by property damage and public intoxication.
They're destroying private property, but they don't care.
It leaves us as citizens trapped in our own homes for every day. What is it, 4 times a year they do this, or 3 times a year?
Yeah.
St. Patty's, homecoming, whatever it is.
They were coming, stepping on people's cars.
CTV's Spencer Turcotte will bring us this part of the story at 6. And while there was a heavy police presence on the ground, many people partying say they were shocked when they saw a sniper stationed on a nearby balcony. Videos circulating social media show a tactical officer with a scoped weapon keeping an eye on the crowd. Waterloo Regional Police say the officer was part of a broader safety plan developed for large unsanctioned gatherings. The mayor of Waterloo told media she was surprised and shocked to learn a sniper was deployed. But former OPP Commissioner Chris Lewis says this type of tactical response is not uncommon.
And the focus is on the word sniper as well. It's a tactical team, and the tactical officer in that case just happens to have a rifle with a scope on it. That doesn't mean that they're intending on shooting people in the crowd. It's just a preparatory issue. In worst case scenario, they have the ability to make that judgment call and use force using that particular rifle. But that's just one piece of the overall tactical team arsenal, really.
We'll have more reaction from students who attended the festivities coming up in the next hour. Of course, that was the pre-festivities this weekend for St. Patrick's Day. Ashley's here with a look at the forecast. St. Patrick's Day officially is tomorrow, and we're wondering what the luck of the Irish will bring to the weather for the celebration.
Well, the good news is it's not going to rain.
There we go.
But it will be cold and there will be some flurries.
All right.
So you're going to have to dress for it. Of course, we're still, a few days away from spring. Friday is the official start of spring. So we are technically in winter still and will be so. And you know what? There's a special statement out from Environment Canada tonight for strong winds gusting between 70 to 90 kilometers an hour tonight into Tuesday with a sharp Arctic cold front that's moved through. So we started the day at 12 degrees and overnight we're getting down to the minuses. So it is getting very cold out there. You can see that big band of precipitation causing us some trouble over the weekend moved out. We're currently sitting at 2 degrees, Leanne, but already starting to feel much cooler than that with the wind chill. Let's take a look outside. You can see from University Avenue in Waterloo, it is a little windy for the construction workers there. Feel bad for them. Gosh, that would be quite a bad spot to be in with this kind of temperature out there.
Yeah, especially we noticed that temperature take a complete nosedive through the afternoon hours. All right, Ash, thanks. We're going to take a quick break. First, what you need to know. Head over to the Odd tomorrow night for some March break hockey action. You can catch the Rangers facing off against the Flint Firebirds. Puck drop, 7 p.m. The busy travel season is taking off and many are off on a March break adventure. Even if you're sticking around locally, there are some things you can do to make sure you are staying healthy. Let's discuss with Dr. Nicola Mercer, the Medical Officer of Health in Wellington, Dufferin, Guelph. Dr. Mercer, great to see you.
Good to be here.
Let's start with families who are traveling this week. What illnesses or health risks should they be mindful of this time of year?
Well, as a physician, there are 4 things that I really see quite commonly when people travel, especially if they're traveling to the Caribbean or Mexico. So I see people with infectious diseases, traveler's diarrhea, insect bites, and of course, sunburns. So of all of those 4 things, you can actually do something about all of them. So if we start with sunburns, it doesn't matter where you go, if you're going someplace warm, or sometimes if you're actually going someplace that's cold, you're skiing, and you actually can get a lot of reflective sun on your face. Sunburns are preventable, so just keep that in mind and make sure you pack appropriate sunscreens for yourself and your entire family. Insect bites, again, they're preventable. Sometimes we see insect insects that you can get here too, such as bed bugs, depending on where you're traveling to. So keep that in mind. And then the last two things are infectious diseases and traveler's diarrhea. So if you have a chance, now's a really good time to make sure that you're up to date on all your vaccines. Measles is still out there. We have cases that go to popular destinations and come back with measles or hepatitis A and hepatitis B, and those are all preventable with a shot. And lastly, traveler's diarrhea. I'm sure you all know, if you haven't had it yourself, you all know someone who's come back from a wonderful holiday only to have 1, 2, or sometimes more weeks of illness, traveler's diarrhea. So that's, again, something that's preventable in a way by just knowing the country you're going to, whether it's safe to drink the water, and taking food and water precautions when you're there. Really important to keep yourself healthy.
Okay, important advice. Dr. Mercer, we also know that March break can mean crowded airports, attractions, even events that are happening locally. What's the best way for people to avoid getting sick before they head out?
Yeah, well, I always say it would have been a good thing if you'd have had your flu shot and your COVID shot this year. But if you haven't, you still need to make sure it's out there. It's not as high a risk as it was before Christmas, but it's still out there. So if you are unwell, please don't go and give your germs to other people. But one of the things that I do think is really important is to recognize that when you go into crowded events, think about whether you have something really important coming up in the next week or so and you can't afford to get sick. So in that case, wear a mask and try to keep your hands clean and try to be really careful while you're there. And of course, at this time of year with the snow melting, some days it's rain, some days it's snow, really watch your children around open water, ponds, lakes, streams, rivers. The water is very unpredictable right now. A lot of it's open, some of it is fast moving. Just keep an eye on your children while they're out playing during this March break.
We know this week can also mean disrupted routines for kids and teens. How can families keep things like sleep, nutrition, and activity on track?
That's a really good question and a really important question. I think as parents, the most important thing that you can do is continue to parent. So if your children normally go to bed at 9 o'clock, encourage them, and you can set the rules in your house to keep them in bed at 9 o'clock. Having those routines, whether it's food or sleep routines, especially for younger children, is something that parents can control and actually allows you as a household to have a much more healthy schedule, and it's good for the children, it's good for you too, especially if you're continuing to work while your children are off on a March break. So it is difficult, I'm not going to say, as somebody who's also raised children, but it's not impossible with some help from other parents who you all just determine that your children and their friends, you're all going to stick to the same schedule.
Well, we know that St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow, so let's end there. Some people were out celebrating on the weekend, but there will be festivities happening on the day of as well. What message does public health have for those taking part?
Really good, and we see this every year. So the first thing is you don't have to drink to have fun. And I think that if you're one of those people, try and come up with ways to make sure that you don't get bullied or peer pressured into having more than you want. But if you are drinking, what we would advise is know your limit. Don't mix alcohol and drugs such as cannabis together, and be really mindful of where you are. So if you're walking even, just be careful. Like, there is traffic, and if you are drinking and walking, that is not a good thing. If you are out at a party, plan a ride home. Do not drink and drive. And I know you know that, but plan your Uber, plan your designated driver as you're out. Have fun, but please have safe fun.
Okay, Dr. Mercer, thanks so much for the advice. Dr. Nicola Mercer is the Medical Officer of Health in Wellington, Dufferin, Guelph. Thank you.
And thank you.
And there's lots on the go locally this March break. In Cambridge today, kids were protecting the Hanmoon and fighting off demons. Cambridge Public Library Clements Mill Branch held a K-pop demon hunter adventure day with an obstacle course and lots of educational activities for kids to try. The library says families were lined up before they even opened. All of the Cambridge Library branches are hosting themed events every day this week to give families something extra and free to do over the break.
over and under, hop over, and avoid the rips in the Hun Moon and the demons. And then all of the stations, a lot of them are literacy based, whether it is math skills, reading skills. So we do bring in a little bit of that into each activity.
We didn't really have anything to do, and I just wanted to come here because I saw that we could come here.
At 6, Colton Weens will have more on the March break fun happening right around the region. And still ahead at 5, diving into the world of backyard wrestling. How a Made in Waterloo Region series is gaining international attention. We'll meet the local talent just ahead. And here's what you need to know. Keep the kids busy at Conestoga Mall's Bearchella tomorrow. The Build-A-Bear event runs from 11 to 3 with a superhero and princess jam at 2. It was a very mild Monday morning in Waterloo Region, but Ash, things certainly took a turn as we got into the afternoon hours. Temperatures really fell off quite quickly.
You got it. Environment Canada on their issue out said sharp return to winter, and I think that is the perfect description for this afternoon, because it has absolutely plummeted out there in regards to temperature. It's quite gloomy out there now. We are expecting some flurries overnight, so you know, we're back out to winter. Let's take a look at University Avenue in Waterloo tonight. You can see what I'm talking about with those gloomy gray conditions. You know, just another few days until we're back in spring, believe it or not, but we've got to get through what is going to be a very winter-like day, at least tomorrow and potentially into Wednesday. There's lots to talk about, so let's get right into our alerts board issued by Environment Canada. There is a snow squall warning, an orange warning, still in effect for southern Georgian Bay, places like Mount Forest, Aurelia, and of course further north. But we're looking at another 20 to 40 centimeters of snow, near zero visibility with heavy blowing snow. Temperatures falling sharply today. That's going to happen throughout southern Ontario, and tonight, this is going to last tonight into Tuesday. So those conditions deteriorating. Now for the rest of southern Ontario, here in Waterloo Region, we are under a special weather statement for strong winds with wind gusts between 70 and 90 kilometers per hour. This is also expected to last into tomorrow with that sharp temperature change that we just spoke about. Let's take a look at our future board. We can see what we're talking about. Some precipitation already in the mix. We're seeing spotty flurries throughout southwestern Ontario. Now that's going to continue into the overnight hours where we'll see some more consistent snow falling. That's that sharp band of precipitation near Mount Forest that we'll see some heavier snowfalls. That's going to continue into your Tuesday. We are looking at around 5 centimeters of snow overnight tonight in Waterloo Region and another 2 tomorrow. So enough to get out there and have to brush off your cars and maybe leave a little bit earlier for potential slippery road conditions. Looking at what's happening across the country starting on the west coast this hour, it is a very nice 9 degrees in Victoria. Over the Rockies, it's snowing and a mix of precipitation rather in Edmonton, -1. -8 for Regina and Saskatoon, -17 in Thompson. What I'm seeing across this board here, not a lot of sunshine across the country today. We are in very cloudy conditions for most of the country. -4 in Sudbury. They just got slammed with a massive snowfall last night, so hopefully everyone's doing okay there. 12 in Montreal. On the east coast in St. John's, we're looking at a -2 evening, and here in Waterloo Region, we're already sitting at 2 degrees, but feeling cooler than that with the wind chill closer to -3 at this hour. Now, as we get into overnight conditions, we are expected to go down to -10, feeling closer to -21 with the wind chill. Tomorrow, not faring much better. We are expecting a low of -7, or sorry, a daytime high of -7, feeling closer to -22, especially in the morning hours. Looking at our first at 5 forecast for your St. Patrick's Day, you might need to add another layer of clothes. It's going to be a cold one. Leanne, by Wednesday, though, cloudy conditions and -2.
Okay, Ash, thanks very much. A locally made series that dives into the world of backyard wrestling is now getting international attention. The Ropes, filmed entirely in Kitchener-Waterloo, has been selected for screening at the 2026 LA Web Fest. CTV's Spencer Turcotte meets the cast and crew behind the story, which blends comedy and family drama.
Amazing food. Even when key actors from The Ropes visited CTV Kitchener studios to discuss the series, they couldn't help but bring some backyard wrestling indoors. The story follows a wrestling-obsessed family trying to win back their backyard after losing it in a high-stakes match.
Patriarch of the family decides to bet the backyard against his arch nemesis. So the remainder of the season is them trying to win it back together through different matches as a family and as a community.
The 6-episode dramedy blends family drama with comedy, using Kitchener-Waterloo as the show's backdrop.
Waterloo region has a large wrestling background. I don't know if a lot of people are aware of that, but we do have a large indie wrestling community here.
Lead producer Denise Bodan even went to Kitchener Wrestling Studio off the ropes to poach some talent like Bad Nanny.
I can beat people with my cane, with my wooden spoon, may have to take the diaper off, diaper wash my opponent in the face.
But in the series, her character is a sweet librarian by day and a wild wrestler on weekends. She'll be the first to admit acting is just as daunting as wrestling due to the multiple takes.
He picks me up and slams me into the ring. And then they're like, reset. Okay, let's do it again. Pick him up, slam me into the ring. Oh, reset, do it again. I was like, oh, how many times do I have to do this?
Meanwhile, other actors like Jessica Chin King were completely new to the wrestling scene.
I really respect the art of it now. Like, I think it's so cool after working on this series. People are so talented. I don't wrestle at all. I do catfight with Marcella once.
Sean Maris and Marcella Young play the husband and wife duo who are trying to reclaim their backyard ring.
This show is really about family. Family is messy, it's weird, it's the best, and I think that you don't have to be perfect. If you stick together, you can overcome anything.
The series premiered on Bell 5 TV1 in November and has been selected for screening at the upcoming LA Webfest. Despite the wrestling wounds he had to overcome, Maris is hopeful the success of the series will propel the show into a second season.
2 words. I hope. Actually, 3 words. I really hope.
Spencer Turcotte, CTV News, Kitchener.
The stars were shining bright last night as Hollywood handed out its most coveted hardware at the Oscars. And some Canadians took the spotlight, including filmmaker Maggie King.
And the Oscar goes to K-pop Demon Hunter.
And for those of you who look like me, I'm so sorry that it took us so long to see us in a movie like this. This is for Korea and for Koreans everywhere.
Presented by fellow Canadian Will Arnett, Kang won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature. She co-directed the musical Fantasy, which is the most viewed movie in Netflix history.
The Oscar goes to One Battle After Another.
As for some of the marquee awards, it was a big night for One Battle After Another, which was named Best Picture. The film won 6 Oscars, including Best Director for Paul Thomas Anderson. Still ahead, a first look. Canada unveils its official World Cup kits. We'll get a preview of what will be worn on the pitch next. And here's what you need to know. It's going to be a little bit cold tomorrow, so why not take the kids to the Butterfly Conservatory for its March Break Magical Morphs event. Hours have been extended throughout the week. Time tickets are required. You can find out more information online. Stay with us. Waterloo Regional Police are investigating a suspicious fire inside a Waterloo Walmart. It happened around 10 p.m. last night. The Walmart at Bridgeport and Weber had a closed sign on it this afternoon. You can read more about the investigation. Scan the QR code, download the CTV News app, or go to ctvnewskitchener.ca. And here's the final 5 stories we are watching today. The Gordie Howe International Bridge has not opened yet, but U.S. border authorities say they apprehended a man who managed to cross over from Canada earlier this month. U.S. Customs and Border Protection say they encountered a 28-year-old man on March 6th who is believed to have made his way across the bridge on foot from the Canadian side. Canadian officials say the man had a criminal history and was returned to Canada. The new crossing, which connects Windsor and Detroit, is scheduled to open this spring. New data from Stats Canada shows the country's inflation rate slowed in February, dropping to 1.8% compared to 2.3% in January. StatsCan says the year-over-year decline is largely driven by price increases, which began last February, specifically when the federal tax holiday ended partway through the month. Grocery prices rose by 4.1%, following a 4.8% increase in January. Stats Canada says grocery prices have risen by more than 30% since February of 2021. We are getting a first look at what Team Canada will be wearing when they hit the pitch at the FIFA World Cup this summer. Canada Soccer showed off its home and away kits for the tournament today. The Canadians will wear a two-tone red jersey at home that features a traditional design with a maple leaf in the center. The away uniform is a black kit with a white cracked ice pattern that is meant to reflect Canada's frozen landscapes. Canada will play its first World Cup game on June 12th in Toronto. Alberta and Czechia will host the World Cup of Hockey in 2028 as the NHL and its Players Union look to expand the sport's reach with an 8-team best-on-best tournament. The games will take place at Calgary's Scotia Place and Rogers Place in Edmonton, plus the O2 Arena in Prague in February 2028. The tournament will have 17 games, with Calgary and Prague hosting 6 round-robin games and 1 knockout game. And then Edmonton will host the semis and the final. And finally for us, strong winds in Missouri hoisted a barn off the ground, allowing multiple donkeys to run for freedom. The moment was captured on video, as you can see here, as the structure is thrown into the air, sending the animals scampering away. Only the barn was damaged, and the donkeys are now all accounted for and unharmed. A good end to a story that could have been much worse, especially with those wind gusts out there. All right, that's it for us. We're back at the top of the hour with your next local news. Have a good night.